All right, Mustang fans, let's take a look at this one. 1966 Ford Mustang Coupe. GT emblems and everything else on it. Now, of course, if you're familiar with Mustangs, you know to 100% prove a Mustang GT is a real GT is you have to have paperwork. Although I can show you all the telltale signs of this vehicle, and it does lead me to believe, yes, this is a true GT. You couldn't get Marty reports on these in 66, but previous owners of this had this car for close to 30 years, and this is the way they got it. It seems to be extremely original. Repaint along the way somewhere, and I believe new interior in it, but was kept the same way it would have came from Ford back in 66. So let's get started on this a little bit. So underneath the hood, 289 4-barrel. Previous owners, again, have had this car for nearly 30 years, never had that engine out. That's the engine that was in it. They drive it sparingly, be stored, ran, and covered up, and then again, gotten out and driven some, ran, stored, and so on. So, engine believed to be original in it. When we got it in, the carb needed work or to be replaced. We put a new carb on it. The original carb will still go with it, so it does have a new carb on it. That 289 V8 underneath the hood is paired with a C4 automatic transmission. That's the way this car would have came from Ford back in 66. Now, if you want to check out the still pictures so you can see the engine bay, see what I'm talking about, does have power steering. Check out the engine bay, interior, undersides, all the pictures of this car, over 100 of them online at uniqueclassiccars.com. Down below this video in the description, there's a link. Click on it. It's going to take you right there. And of course, feel free to call us too. You got any question, give us a call. We're pretty familiar with Mustangs around here. 507-386-1726. All right. Now, as far as the paint, it does appear to be a little bit of an older paint job, and you do have some light scratches in it. I mean, does it? That's a reflection of the ceiling there. Don't go off of that. There you go, kind of like that. But does it show very nicely yet? Absolutely. Could you take this car to any of your local shows, cruise-ins? Absolutely. This car shows well. You can see the chrome and the bright work on it. Nice shape. One of the signs, the fog lights, GT is going to have that. I understand. You could add that after the fact and call it a GT, but we're going to get into some more things as we go along here. Of course, the GT badging on the side. Look up and down the side of this car. Car appears straight. Those are aftermarket wheel covers, yes. It's not the originals. So you're on the wheel wells. Nice shape. All right, as far as interior, blue and white would have been the original interior on this car. It is a luxury interior, sometimes known as pony interior. There you go. Now, the way this appears, I would say the shape that it's in, how nice it is, does appear that it has been redone. But back to the original color. That would be a 62 code on the door data tag, and you can see pictures of that also. As far as the color code on this, it's K, and that is the night mist blue. Remember, we do consider trades. Financing is available. Of course, we can assist you with transportation. This vehicle may be eligible for an extended service contract. Consult with your sales associate when you call in or email. All right, a couple more things. Trumpet tips. Dual exhaust out the back. GT gas cap. All those coincide with GT. Now, as far as carburetor, there's the 4-barrel that came off the car. There are these floor mats. I took them out so you guys will be able to see the carpeting and the pictures in the video. I'll put them back in the car when I'm done with the video here. Remember, 507-386-1726. UniqueClassicCars.com. Click on the link down below. This video in the description is going to take you right there. Come around to the driver's side. And again, you can see this car straight. Paint is in nice shape. Like I said, are you going to find a few imperfections here and there? Yes. Some light scratches. Does it show its age a little bit? Yes. But overall, take a look at that reflection of the showroom behind me. Paint does have a nice luster to it. Looks good on this car. Let me hit a few things in service before we start it up that we did to this when we got this car in. It does have a new battery, as I mentioned before, new carb, new master cylinder. Get into that in a second too. Wheel cylinders, brake shoes, the rear axle seal, bearing and gaskets, tranny pan gasket, sway bar links. So there has been some service that's done to this. And we have 3 technicians in the back. They go through the cars when they come in. They're driven. Kind of inspection sheet is filled out on them. So you can consult with your sales associate when you call in or any of that. If you got any questions, they can sure go through that with you. You can see it has a rally pack, tack and clock. That was added after the fact. That is not original to this car. And again, you can see how nice the interior is. Door panels, everything there. Headliner, also in nice shape. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start this up. Be able to hear it run, check it out. And as you can see, fuel, oil, both those gauges come up. Amps, I'm assuming temperature, once this car warms up, will also come up. Now, little more modern radio was added to it, AM, FM cassette. That does work, had that working. Wipers, had those working. As you can see, the dash also in nice shape. Car's got a nice little rumble to it. Sounds good. Alright. I mentioned fog lights. I'm going to turn these on a second. Now, that should turn on just the fog lights in the front and the tail lights. Those will come on whether the car's ignition is on or not. That is how they're wired, and that's how they came from Ford. That is also correct to a GT. So, fog lights will come on even without the key on, as well as the tail lights. That's something else I want to show you. Look at how easy this door closes. It's just nice fit and finish. The way they have that door and everything fits nice and snug and tight. Alright, see your tail lights are on. They come on with the fog lights. Like I said, key does not have to be on. And again, that's how they're supposed to be wired from Ford. I'm going to pause this a second. I want to pop the hood. We're going to go through some things underneath there, and we'll go to the trunk. I want to show you some other things about the telltale sign that I think this is a GT. Alright, so underneath the hood, also in nice shape, nice and clean. Here's that 289 4 barrel. And this would be correct for the 4 barrel. Again, nice running engine. VIN stamped here is the same as on the door tag. Now, one thing I want to show you where these fog light wires come through, right here. Lots of times if you're putting fog lights on a car that's a non-GT car to begin with, you're going to drill that hole right there. That hole is not drilled. That hole has a lip on the inside. It's pressed. Those holes were pressed from Ford when these were built stock. And on this, you can feel it also. There's a lip on that hole from where it was pressed out. You can hear it click on my fingernail right there on the inside. So those holes are not drilled, they're pressed. That's one of the trickier telltale signs too. Other thing, that larger master cylinder, brake fluid reservoir, that is larger than a regular Mustang's. Now we did replace that. We replaced it with the right size, and the one that came off this car was that same size. Another GT feature. Alright. You got an idea how it runs, how it sounds. I'm going to click it off and turn the ignition off, and we're going to take a look at the trunk. Let's hold on 1 second. I'll pause it. It's just a little easier to mess with the keys, open the door, so hang on a second. Alright, now I have the trunk open. Turned the car off, have the keys out. As you can see, taillight's still on. I didn't flip those fog lights off because I wanted to show you that those will be on with the key on or with the key off. I have been in the back seat of this. If you look up where there's reinforcement for the dual exhaust, bracket hangers and what have you, yes, those are there. But the one true telltale, and I don't know how somebody would really fake it back here or not, but if you lift up the trunk liner, and I've taken this plug out, so I knew I was going to show you guys this, and you put your finger right in here, push back, you're going to hit a bracket right there. My finger cannot go any further back. Do that on a regular GT, your finger will slide back on a regular Mustang, not a GT, your finger will slide back. There's nothing stopping it, and I believe that is also for the hanger on that dual exhaust. There's really no doubt in my mind that this isn't a true GT. So I want to go through those things with you. So 1966 Mustang Coupe, which I believe to be 100% a GT. Original color car, original color interior, 289 underneath the hood. Nice looking car. Give us a call, 507-386-1726, uniqueclassiccars.com. Down below this video in the description there's a link. Click on it. That's going to take you right to our site, and you can check out all the pictures. And remember, we do consider trades. Financing is available. We can assist with transportation, and this vehicle may be eligible for an extended service contract. Consult with your sales associate when you call in.